Now, when considering GenAI, business leaders need to keep in mind three potential sources of biases that are inherent to how this technology is built. The data itself. Think about it as the memory that the model is going to work with when generating the content. The model itself, think about it as the personality of the GenAI. And the prompt, think about it as the instructions that you give to GenAI. Now, what you get depends on what you ask, the ocean of data available to work with, and the personality of the model that will altogether generate the content. Now, let me give you an intuition of how they may bias the output. Now, first, the dataset used will obviously condition the output. For instance, there is research that suggests that a tool like ChatGPT-4's responses to psychological measures is an outlier compared with large-scale cross-cultural data, and that its performance on cognitive psychological tasks most resembles that of people from weird societies, Western, educated, industrialized, rich and democratic countries, but has a much harder time taking the perspective of other cultures and other countries. Second, the personality of the tool. So the type of instruction will change, say, the weight of different types of text or different types of information, and therefore generate a different output, a different response. Now think about it as how personality type would affect the type of output that you ask someone. Someone who is more prone to tell you positive things versus someone who is more prone to tell you negative things, to put things very simply. Third, the prompt. Now, interestingly, this skill is talked about in the press, in the general public, as prompt engineering, which makes people think that this step is a fully rational and systematic process. I prefer talking about the psychology of prompts, given GenAI is conversational. What you ask and how you ask it, the extent you go back and forth with the tool, strongly influences the output and the quality of what you ask. Now, in sum, it's important to keep in mind these three building blocks. What you ask, which is the prompt, whom you ask, which is the personality of the model, and which priors do you rely on, which are the data set that you rely on.